Alright guys, we are in week 8. I'm downstairs in our spare bedroom today. Adam is still home and him and Jackson are having an Xbox afternoon and I knew I had to get this video up, so I figured that I would just come down here where it's quiet. I can kind of still hear them though, but whatever, our house is lived in. So week 8, I'm feeling a lot better than I was last week when I made the video. I know last week I was kind of discouraged just because of a little bit of cramping that I was having, as well as a couple of my symptoms had kind of disappeared, and I was kind of worried just because of my past. The symptoms that disappeared were breast tenderness as well as my nausea. Well, the breast tenderness, excuse me, has come back. The nausea has been kind of just in spurts. It just really depends on the day. Kind of depends on, I don't know, I think like how often I'm eating during the day. So I've been trying to make sure to just have like little snacks often and whatnot. I've been feeling better this week, I think, than I have been in a few weeks. I'm not nearly as tired. As far as symptoms go, I've been breaking out like crazy. I don't know if you can see because I do have a little bit of makeup on, but like I've broken out on my chin and on my cheek, and it's just like, oh. Because one thing about me is I don't normally ever have pimples. Even when I was a teenager, I hardly ever broke out. I hardly ever got a pimple. So, and even when I was pregnant with Jackson, I had like really clear skin. So for me, this is just like, oh, not loving it. Food aversions. I'm sorry, I have notes here. I have a lot to talk about this week. Food aversions, really I'm not really having like food aversions. It's more kind of the same that it was last week, where it's like when it comes to supper time and or like a big meal, I really am just not into it. Like I would much rather, so sorry, I would much rather have just like a snack than sit down and eat a great big meal. It just kind of like a heavy meal. It just bursts me out. I'm not finding myself, even though I'm yawning quite a bit right now, I'm actually not quite as tired this week as I have been in the past couple of weeks, which is good. I have been sleeping, my sleeps have been deeper, I guess, so maybe that's why, I don't know, but I have also been having, this is last week as well, and I just forgot to add it into my vlog, but I have been having crazy vivid dreams, and nothing to do with pregnancy, just insanely vivid dreams, the type of dreams when you wake up in the morning and you're wondering if they actually happened. So that's another thing. Besides that, one thing that I have noticed this week is my hormones must be going crazy, because I'm either really happy or I get frustrated so easily and I like get really cranky. It's like one or the other. So I mean, I hope that kind of levels itself out soon. And earlier in the week, like at the very beginning of 8 weeks, my son and I watched, I'm so sorry, I don't know what's going on, I don't know, maybe I need a nap or something. We watched Minute to Win It, and I cried watching Minute to Win It. I don't know if everybody knows what that is, it's a game show. Anyway, I cried watching Minute to Win It because, not, like, I was happy for the people and I just, like, started bawling. I couldn't help myself. Cravings this week. I have been craving milkshakes, like, crazy. Strawberry milkshakes. I'm making them at home, actually. So, like, the strawberry milkshake, I used frozen yogurt, and fresh strawberries and milk. So I mean, I tried to keep it healthy, but oh, so good. I had 2 glasses of it. And then I also caved and made a chocolate peanut butter smoothie, which was so, or smoothie, milkshake, which was so, so, so good. It tasted like a liquid peanut butter cup. That's the best way to describe it. It was so good. For that, all I did, for you moms that want to know, all I did was put chocolate ice cream in the blender, put in about half a cup of peanut butter, and then some milk. That was it. Blended it up. It was delicious. I apologize. I don't know what is going on with me. Besides that, for my symptoms, last Wednesday I got a phone call from my doctor's office, from my OB, who I hadn't seen yet at the time. In my last video I had said my first appointment with him was supposed to be on February 11th. So I got a call from him, well, his secretary, his office, saying that they wanted to reschedule an appointment and they wanted to make it sooner, which at first I was like, sweet, because I knew I was going to get to have another ultrasound, and I was just excited about my first appointment. Then it kind of set in like, well, it's kind of weird because this doctor is really hard to get into. He's really hard to see. I'm already seeing him early. He's fitting me in for an even earlier appointment, so what's up? So I called back, because I'd already let her go, so I called her back just to kind of ask, like, is there something wrong? Apparently, some of my blood work had come back from another city, and they have found out basically what we are pretty positive have been causing my past miscarriages. Since my son, he obviously must just be a miracle baby. I have something called, and you can Google it, I mean, if anybody wants me to, I can do another video, just basically going into more detail about it, but I'm just going to kind of keep this short. I mean, I've been rambling, so this video is going to be long. I have something called prothrombin gene mutation, which basically, it's in my DNA, I've had it my whole life. My blood overclots. Which basically, long story short, when I'm pregnant, my blood clots and basically just terminates the pregnancy. So now that we know that, he wanted me in the next morning. This was last Wednesday. I couldn't go in the next morning because I had to pick up my husband at the only available time that they had from the airport. So we scheduled it for the next morning, which was Friday morning. So that was the day that Jackson had his pre-K class. So we dropped him off there, and then Adam and I went into the OB. First, it was just like the regular routine first visit. They did, weight, blood pressure, all that kind of stuff, urine sample. And then we went in, we talked to the doctor quite a bit about what we were going to do with this. Anyway, I have to have a daily injection. I'm sure lots of people have heard of it before. A daily injection of something called Lovenox, whatever. It's a blood thinner. So basically, right now I'm going to the hospital every day to get this injection just because I'm kind of just queasy with the whole idea of giving myself it at first. I'm trying to get used to it. I'm starting to get used to it a little bit now. It hurts, it burns like crazy, so I really am not loving this, and I'm not looking forward to doing it myself. The hospital that I have to go get it at every morning at the same time is about 20 minutes away from here, so it's kind of a pain, especially yesterday. We had a snowstorm. I had to drive in the snowstorm because to go get this needle. Oh, excuse me. Sorry for yawning. Which, that's what this is. I had to, I didn't take it off yet, I just got home not that long ago. Anyway, so I have to have this needle every day, until 6 weeks. Sorry, the video cut out. So yeah, I have to have this needle every day for until 6 weeks postpartum. And then after that, I'll switch to just like a pill form blood thinner, probably just like a 81 milligram aspirin. There's like a hair tickling me. Basically for the rest of my life. which, you know what, whatever. I'm gonna worry about all that stuff after the pregnancy. Right now I'm just focusing on healthy pregnancy, and I feel so much better now just knowing this, and I'm kind of happy that we found out, because now we know there actually was a reason for all the previous miscarriages. It wasn't just, I can't blame myself. It wasn't anything that I did. I didn't lift something too heavy or whatever. Anyway, I also, at the appointment last Friday, we got to see the baby again, of course, and Adam was with me this time, which was fantastic. Picture's not that great. I don't think it says any info on here. I don't know how well you can see that, but there is baby, 7.5 weeks. Sorry if that wasn't very good. Anyway, size for raspberry, kidney bean. Another good thing is the week before, at my first ultrasound, when I showed you the first picture, the heartbeat was 110 beats per minute, and last week on Friday, when I got this one done, it was 150 beats per minute. So that made me really happy because, obviously it's getting stronger, it's beating faster, and we also got to hear the heartbeat for the first time. So we didn't just get to see it flickering on the screen, we also got to hear that beautiful little washing machine sound. And I wish I would have had videotaped it. I thought of it afterwards, but I should have videotaped it to include in this video, but I don't know if he would let me or not. I might see. I'll ask him on my next appointment. Because of, if I can videotape, by the way. Finish my sentences. Because of this whole prothrombin situation, I'm actually considered a high-risk pregnancy. So instead of seeing him again in like a month or 6 weeks, I actually get to see him again in 2 weeks. I see my OB every 2 weeks, which to me is fantastic because that takes so much stress off my mind and so much worry of having to wait and so much longer, and I'll get to have another ultrasound because he does have his own ultrasound machine and he does them every visit, and he will tell me what I'm having, so I don't have to go to like UC Baby or anything like that. We might do it anyway just to get 3D pictures, but yeah, so that pretty much sums up week 8. We're super excited, and Adam leaves to go back to work tomorrow, so he'll be gone for another 3 weeks, which, we're not really looking forward to that, but that's life. And it's crazy to think of because I'm actually 8 weeks 1 day today, so tomorrow when he leaves I'll be 8 weeks 2 days. Sorry I'm late, by the way, I'm a day late this week. Anyway, so when he comes back, I will be pretty much like at the end, coming up to the end of my first trimester. I'll be 12, well, I don't know if I'll be 12 weeks yet, but I'll be like right there. I'll be in my 12th week when he's home. So that is so exciting because it just makes it seem so much closer to think of it that way. Anyways, yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe so you don't miss week 9. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.